You can play the game, act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, afraid of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Better to shower the people you love with loving. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. So tell me what you're gonna do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you find somebody, then you know you can feel it beginning to ease. Well, I think it's true what they say about these squeaky wheels always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. To shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. But I'd like to say one more time, shower the people you love. You got to show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. James Taylor.
There's a family Bible on the table. Its pages torn and hard to read, but this family Bible on the table will ever be my key to at the end of the day when work was over and when the evening meal was done, Dad would read to us from that family Bible, and we'd count our many blessings one by one. I can see us sitting round the table when from that family Bible Dad would read. I could hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, left for me. This world is of so full of trouble. This world would so much better be if we found more Bibles on the table and mothers singing, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. I can see you sitting around the table when from that family Bible Dad would read. I can hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, cleft for me.
Chatting with some fellas there about before they go on to do a little picking, singing. Travels with the Stevensons, 859-750-0000. A great day here, Steeple View Farm. 106.7 Classic Country, and don't forget Southern Gospel at 107.5 FM on your radio dial with Tri-State Gospel, Gimlin, Jan Hammond. Herschel Boogie.
Scotty Anderson and Rick Hinman.
Alrighty.
Right here at the Steeple View Farm.
Okay. Yeah.
Right out here with Marcus Carey and his wife.
Here's a little tune from Chet Atkins.
Barbecue Festival.
Nothing's gonna blow up.
Travels with the Stevensons here at Steeple View. See Marcus down there in the pink shirt, or sweatshirt, next to the little golf cart. Things are looking great here at the show, and everybody's enjoying their time here. And got Scotty up there, Anderson, and Rick Kinman, and now got the other pickers coming up there that are picking a little bit with two of the best. Fantastic. Great show here with Travels with the Stevensons. 859-750-0000 here at the Steeple View Farm, Owen County, Kentucky, in Poplar Grove.
What gear are you doing here? Hey, we want to take an A.
happened to be here, and I'm going to get over here and let the sun come in a different direction.
Okay.
I happened to be here with one of my former students at Erlanger Lloyd High School. And now give us your name and what you're up to right now.
Well, I'm Bob Grieman, and I teach mathematics and physics at Thomas More College, where I'm a professor of mathematics.
And I tell you what, they got a great school there at Thomas More, don't they?
Thanks, John. We need all the advertisement we can get.
Well, it's a great school. My nephew graduated from there, Jonathan Daniel Stevenson, and going on to a scholarship, and now he's out west and with something to do with the Peace Corps or something out west.
John
him and his
Stevenson
wife.
was at my house last night.
Is that right?
Yes, with Father Twaddell.
Is that right?
Yeah, we were talking about what he's going to do, and I was trying to hook him up with some friends to discuss some local work he might be able to do.
Well,
so that Penny
fantastic.
can get her PhD.
Right. And I know they were both working on that. He was on my first Pioneer Days show as
Oh, yeah?
Mr. Good Citizen, Young Citizen,
Yeah.
when he was at Simon Kenton then.
Uh-huh.
And of course, his grandfather is my brother Gerald Stevenson, and
Okay.
he plays the guitar and sings.
I didn't
And,
realize you two were related.
Yeah, and then the Robinson family singers. He's my nephew,
Oh, okay.
and well, my great nephew, Todd Stevenson's son, and Todd and Franny. They just got back from Ireland on a trip over there. But John Daniel was a very bright and a very wonderful young man. I was very proud of him, and still am very proud of him. Him and his wife both.
Yeah, he's very committed to social justice.
Yes, he is, very much so. And I'm very proud of you going on to teach math to young people. That's a wonderful profession.
All right, thanks.
And are you married and have any children?
Well, I have two children. Sophia is my youngest. She just graduated from Berea College.
Oh, is that right?
My oldest daughter is Johanna. She's married, has a child in Savannah, Georgia, where her husband is an aeronautical engineer, and she's a librarian at Savannah State University.
Now, do you remember Marcus from school, do you?
Yeah, that's why I came out here.
Oh,
because I've been out to
fantastic.
see Marcus a couple times.
He was a great student, too.
Yeah,
And-
Marcus, I remember, was a very popular guy. I remember when he played, didn't he play Snoopy and Charlie Brown?
Yeah. He's been quite energetic all his life.
I think so.
And Harry Rankin, we lost him, but Harry Rankin was a wonderful man, wonderful attorney and young man. And that was one of my greatest disappointments, that I didn't get a chance to talk to him when he was having any. I knew nothing of his situation at all, and I just loved him dearly, very much so. Of course, knew his mom and dad real well. They were my mentors, sort of, in politics.
Oh, really? Okay.
His father was Otwell Rankin. Well, God bless you. And now, where are you living at now?
I live in Bellevue, about a block and a half from the river.
About a block and a half from the river. Well, you're down there with all the young folks in that river town then.
That's right.
Well, God bless you, and great to see you today. And I hope you think kindly of your old teacher, John Stevenson.
All right, thanks, John. I've told stories about you before. I'll see you later. Thanks a
Okay,
lot,
God
John.
bless you. Thank you now.
Bye, John.
And we have here the music playing in the background. A lady that's known me since I went to Kenton Baptist Church. I heard the song today, and did you enjoy my old Kentucky home?
Yes, very much.
And your name is?
Vera Wheeling,
Now, Vera, where are you from originally?
Ryland Heights.
Ryland Heights, down there by Kenton Lakes. huh?
Yep. Real
Well, that was
close.
a nice little one-room church down there. My mom, Garnet Stevenson, she played the piano there at the church, and my dad played the fiddle. Now, what brings you out here today?
We just came to see Scotty.
He's fantastic, isn't he? I had a wonderful time up there with him.
We've enjoyed it.
Well, you had a good time here out at the Steeple View Festival, didn't you?
Yes.
It's going to be a great annual event out here. Yeah, I was glad to come out here with my former student, Marcus Carey.
I remember when you were at Lloyd. I actually went to Lloyd too, but I was a couple years before you got there.
Is that right? We had some great times there, didn't we?
We did.
Yes, we did, for certain. Well, God bless you. Anything you want to say to the folks in Northern Kentucky?
No, not at this time.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the song.
Glad I did.
And tell your family we said hello.
We will.
God bless you now.
Thank you.
Now the name of this band is
Downtown County Band.
Downtown County, and this is Mom.
I'm the mom,
And what's your son's name?
Wes Petsinger.
And he's doing a great job, and he's a handsome young man.
Well, thank you.
And you're a wonderful mother.
Oh, thanks.
And this is-
one of my granddaughters.
Hi
This
there,
is
little
Iris.
granddaughter. How you doing?
Say hi.
You're on the television show now. Travels with the Stevensons.
Say I just ate some ice cream. I was gonna say you too. She's wearing it well. Those are my other granddaughters.
Thank you all very much.
And here we have the Owen County Arts Council here. This is where my wife, Miss June, came over and made a little contribution. And glad to be a part of your all's organization today.
Thank you. Have a nice time.
Nice to be here with you. We're having a good time. And you're with the Arts Council, huh?
Yes, hello, volunteering.
Fantastic. And your name is
My name's Stephanie.
Stephanie. Nice to see you. Travels with the Stevensons. Nice to be here to sing my old Kentucky home with you today. God bless you.
Thank you.
Here we have Owen County Rural Electric. Used to get my electric from them for many years.
How are you today?
Good, nice to see you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Y'all do a great job. My old neighbor many years ago, before he passed away, was on your all's board, Frank Jackson.
Frank Jackson, good fella.
He was a good fella.
Our board for 50 years.
For 50 years. Praise the Lord. Well, God bless you. Nice to see you here from Owen County Rural Electric.
Hope you have a good day.
Same to you. The old-fashioned corn kettle here. Kettle corn. How you fellas doing? You all volunteers, are you too?
I work in this.
Do
and
you?
I work for Owen Electric.
Owen Electric.
Yes, sir.
Good company.
That's right.
And now is this down here part of the festival, is it? This is
This kettle corn?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're from Lexington.
From Lexington. Well, God bless you, young man. Nice to have you here today. Travels with the Stevensons here. Have a great day now.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy.
That's some beautiful music here. How you doing in there? Here's where you got the barbecue, huh? Oh man, fantastic. My wife just got me some. I'm looking forward to it. There's all the help back through there. Now, I was Marcus Carey's teacher. Nice to be here with you all. Here at the festival. Steeple View. Miss June's waiting for me up there with my barbecue sandwich. I better get up there. Colonel's Creamery here. Farm fresh. Here's some good eating at the Steeple View Farm. Some good old barbecue. Music in the background. Sitting on the deck here. Good crowd here at the first annual barbecue festival here at Steeple View Farm. Poplar Grove. Right here in Owen County. Sweet Owen. Old boss John Breckenridge. Congressman. Used to talk about Sweet Owen. Nice to see you, Miss June Guyman Stevenson. Hope you're having a good time.
I will as soon as I start in that sandwich.
That's right,
Turn
amen.
that camera off.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Happen to have here one of my former students from Erlanger Lloyd years ago. And tell him your name.
Steve Shirley.
And Steve, you came down here and bought a farm and helped Mark to find this farm.
Yeah, Mark hunted on my farm since the late 70s, early 80s, and that. He said, Steve, it's so beautiful down here. Let me, he goes, I want to buy a farm down here. Mr. Bob Coates over here passed away and was able to get him this farm over here. And he enjoyed it. He loves it. First, he wasn't going to move down here. He's just going to stay in the city and then have a farm down here. But they loved it so much, so they just decided to come on down. And my family's been here since about 1798 in Poplar Grove.
Poplar Grove, and you got a little farm right up the road
I
here.
got 160 acres at one time. My family owned about 1,500 acres.
Is that right?
And
Now, do you do some farming yourself?
I used to until I got permanent back damage, knees, and that. But besides that, doing pretty good.
Well, you look great, I can tell you that.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Mark, he keeps right on going, doesn't he?
Mark's the energized bunny.
He is. He always has been.
Oh, yes, he has.
He was in high school, too.
Oh, yes, I know. Mark's an amazing person.
He is.
Good man.
He's a good man. I said so up there, and I meant every word I said.
That's right.
And I really appreciate him inviting me down here to be a part of this grand opening.
Heck of a singer, too.
Well, thank you very much. I probably sang to you when you was a student, too.
Probably.
Most of my students.
Lloyd High School.
Yeah, we all went to Lloyd there.
Juggernauts.
Yeah, right. You remember my nephew Steve Brander, probably. Steve Brander. He went there. He went to Erlanger Lloyd and Susan Brander.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my two daughters later, Holly Smith and Pam Smith. They both went to Erlanger Lloyd.
I had to see them.
They both graduated there from Erlanger Lloyd.
I graduated in 74. Mark graduated in 71.
71, yeah, he was a 71.
How long did you teach there?
I wasn't there long, but I was president of the Education Association, and that's where I went on to get involved with the school systems all across the state of Kentucky, and then went on to be with Congressman Breckinridge there, and went into the political end of things.
You did a great job.
Well, I did the best I could, and I tried to be a good teacher and love the students. I always loved my students.
The main thing. Today, I think there are a lot of them there for the paycheck.
Well, I was there, and still am, because I love them, and I figured if the student hasn't learned, the teacher hasn't taught.
Yeah, that's right.
I figured it's my responsibility first get your attention, then teach you something.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Well, God bless you, and nice to see you out
Same
here.
to you, sir.
And the smartest move I ever made was marry my wife, June.
That's great. And a lovely wife.
God bless you, and thanks for having me here.
Good seeing you.
Nice to see you, too.
Nice to meet you.
Well, it's always great when you can add a little history to the subject that you're talking about. Being down here today with Travels with the Stevensons, here at one of my former students' farms, Marcus Carey. And Marcus, by the way, was a straight A student. And I've seen several other of my students out here today. One's a mathematician, and he's teaching math as a professor now at Thomas More College. And so I'm quite proud of all the students, but I always look back at a little history of the place. And one of the things that Marcus told me was that he bought this farm here, and that the part of the family was going to be here today. Some of them were going to be here. So I really look forward to this. Now, first of all, give me your name.
I'm Mike Coates. Tom Coates.
I'm Becky Coates Spurris.
Now tell me, what does the Coates name mean here to this farm? This was bought from a Coates, the Coates family, I take it.
Bub and Fanny Coates owned the farm, I don't know who owned it before
Our
then.
great-grandfather did.
Did he? Okay. Well, there you have it. So it's quite a few generations
Our
in the Coates
grandfather was
family.
raised here. Our dad was born here. And,
He was born in one of the little houses across from the church.
Okay, and his name was
Don Coates.
Don Coates. Okay,
Not Donald, just Don.
just Don. Okay. Now, who's the first Coates to be associated with the land here?
Well, Henry Coates came from, I think it was from Virginia or West Virginia, and he was the original owner of all of this. And then our great-grandfather had it, and then Bub Coates had it. Bub was the brother of our grandfather.
So it'd be like our great uncle.
Now, what do you all do now? What do you do?
I'm a medical coder.
Oh, a medical coder from St. Elizabeth or where?
Well, I've done some work for them, but I work for a third-party vendor now, so I actually am working for a hospital down in Texas. And I work
And what do
I'm
you
a
do?
retired history teacher.
Oh, my goodness.
But 6th grade, so I'm good for up to about 7th grade.
Oh, fantastic. Well, one of the greatest things, on my history tapes, one of my thrills, of course, I had Dr. Charles Talbert for many, many history courses, who was at the community college at Northern Kentucky University's community college before it was NKU. That was back in the 1960s. But on my videos that I did, I had another one of my teachers who was Dr. Thomas Clark. And Dr. Clark, you probably know this as a history teacher, the History Museum in Frankfort is named after him. And he lived to be 101 years old and came up for my Pioneer Days picnic, and we were good friends, and he actually gave me the first 18 minutes on my videos with the history of Kentucky. He gave me the overall history of Kentucky, and that was by Dr. Clark. And so you taught, where did you teach school?
Well, I live in Dearborn County in Indiana, so I taught in some in Dearborn, the northern part of Dearborn County.
And taught 6th grade there?
Yeah, I'm an elementary certified, so I taught 3rd through 6th grade for 30 years.
Well, they probably had Indiana history in the 4th
Indiana
grade.
history, right.
Yeah, I would imagine. We have Kentucky history here in the 4th grade. And what are you doing now?
I'm in the heating and air conditioning business on the distribution level.
Well, we're all going to need that real soon. I just put in a furnace and got his furnace cleaned for a Vietnam vet that I've been helping him get back in his home and get set up, and we got his furnace all hooked up and his propane tank all hooked up. This is the first time in 6 years he'll have heat in his mobile home.
Oh, wow.
So I'm real thrilled with that, and it gave me an opportunity to help a Vietnam vet out.
Yeah.
But the interesting part about the three of you two, now here we sit today. We've been listening to some really great entertainment. Rick Kinman there and Scotty Anderson brought us some music on the guitar that rarely people get to see somebody play an instrument as well as they play their instruments. And that is an amazing education right there. And to think that the farm that you all were a part of and tied to through the family is a part of this first annual event here. How does that sort of make you all feel?
It's kind of a homecoming.
Yeah, we all just found out about it this morning, through Facebook, you were saying,
Because
and
our
all those
cousin,
connections.
some of our cousins who couldn't be here were sharing about it on Facebook, and it's like, we need to get down there, get as many people together. One of our cousins was here but had to leave before we could do this, and so there's a few of us that came down, and it's special.
It is special.
With today's technology, you can summons a mini reunion in just a matter of an hour.
That's right. Well,
It's kind of nice.
what a greater place to have a gathering on the property that your family had and started here and tilled the ground and the soil for many years. That's a great opportunity to be even a part of that. A great place for you to come next year when they have the next one.
We will. We've all been sharing stories that it's just been, really fun to hear again. And, I think about our grandfather was raised on this farm, and he used to pick up my grandmother down in Monterey. She was raised in Monterey. And he'd go with a horse and buggy every Saturday to pick her up for a date. And they were and then they lived here on the farm, and they were the original members of this Baptist church across the street.
Fantastic.
And Coates family, and during the Depression, that original pastor then and the whole community moved into the city up in Covington, and they started Emmanuel Baptist Church.
Now, isn't that
And
something?
there's a real rich history about that church, and to see it still being used is really special. And
It is special, and being an old Baptist myself, born and raised a Baptist. As a matter of fact, my mother named me after John the Baptist. And of course, when I went into politics, someone said, "Well, John, that's not necessarily a good omen because you might get your head cut off."
I remember when we drive down here from Cincinnati for a weekend to visit, as we got closer, we always knew we were almost there because we'd see the church steeple. And whenever we could see the church steeple through the car window, it's like, oh, we're almost to Uncle Bub's. We're almost to Uncle Bub's because I see that church steeple.
Isn't
We
that
grew up
something?
in the suburbs in Cincinnati, so to come down to the farm was a super big thrill.
It was a big thrill,
Climbing
wasn't
the
it?
hayloft, and he had a dairy farm then, and so we'd go get the cows and bring them in. Of course, the cows were really just bringing themselves in, but we just thought we were doing it.
Well, this would be a.
You guys need to kin to Dave? David Coates?
No, not that I
Coates' funeral home in Orton used to be a funeral home.
Oh, yeah.
You kin to those guys?
Herschel Coates is my dad's cousin.
Yeah, well, Dave played basketball. I'm from
Oh,
Warren
well,
County.
Dave is their son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's a friend of mine. Yeah, my name's Rick Kimball. I was down there picking while I was Thank you. Nice to meet you guys. When I heard Coach, I'm going, I bet that's some of Dave's folks.
That's similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dave's a good buddy of mine.
Yeah.
He was a heck of a basketball player.
Yeah, we're cousins. With
Yeah,
him.
he played. He was good basketball, real good. He started.
Yeah.
He was good. Yeah.
Now you see right there just the tie-in with the family, and it's a great place to bring young people back to. This would be a great history lesson, coming to this farm and being a part of the Steeple View. Now you all are part of the very first one, and of course getting to hear Rick play and Scotty and the other groups too. But what a special treat!
I saw folks out there I haven't seen in years.
I brought my daughter.
And you're
down.
from around here.
I was raised in Orton. Yep. My uncle Marvin Key started Orton Electric.
Okay, well.
He just
he's
died 3 weeks ago, and he would have been 101 if he lived till December. He
We're
was 100.
customers. We're customers up in
Yeah,
Burlington.
my dad retired from there, and the little gal that walked by here a while ago was talking to me. Her dad was Uncle Marvin's brother, Uncle Scott. He worked for REA.
Okay.
Yeah, they all work for Rural Electric. Yeah.
Okay.
So my dad retired from here. He was a fiddle player. All my people played bluegrass on Dad's side, and my mom actually played kind of jazz and pop, and she danced. My mom would.
Garvey Hall.
Who?
Garvey Hall.
I knew Red Hall. Red Hall. He played a fiddle. Red
Yeah,
played
Garvey
fiddle.
Hall. Yeah, it might have been the same. I thought his name was Garvey.
Well, that might have been his
He was a-
nickname, but there was Red Hall from Orton. He used to play with us.
Yeah.
He was a fiddle player.
One thing I can't remember what his relation is. I thought he was Grandpa's brother or brother-in-law or something.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I remember Red. I was only about 7 or 8 years old, but I started playing
Go
square
get it
dances
for me if you would.
video. I second guitar. But I remember Red Hall from there.
I probably will.
And there was Fiddling Bill Ivers. Remember Fiddling Bill? Old black guy. With snow white hair. Yeah, Fiddling Bill. He lived down in New Liberty, and he made his own fiddles. He made the cover of Life magazine.
Oh, wow.
He sure did, yeah.
That's neat.
And the fellow out there in the white hair that I was talking about from the stage, Eddie Peck Chipman, he's sitting out there with a cowboy hat on the white hair, the older guy.
Yeah.
There was a 4-piece band called the Holbrook Idiots. Holbrook? It was Landis Webb, and Landis just died about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And Brother Hardy Chipman out there, the preacher,
Yeah.
he's got Landis' guitar. But it was Landis Webb, a little guy named Cannonball, sang Hank Williams and played box. They're all deceased. Eddie's the only one left. There was Bill Ivers, Cannonball, Eddie Peck, and let's see, Cannonball, Eddie Peck, Bill Ivers, and who was the fourth? There was 4 of them. No, wait a minute. So I got it. It was Landis, Eddie, Bill. Yeah, that's in Cannonball and Bill. Yeah, there's 4 of them. Holbrook Idiots, original. Yeah.
another little fun tidbit is our grandmother who lived in Monterey. Her maiden name was Sparks.
Sparks?
But I don't know how the connection is, but somehow we're all related to Stephen Foster through the Sparks family.
Really?
So that was to have you sing My Old Kentucky Home here while we were visiting was nice.
Kind of
And it
icing
made-
on the cake, which was incidentally a really nice job.
Yeah, you did. You did a good job.
It was
Did
beautiful.
you guys? Have you guys been to Mo, Kentucky?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got that fiddle still sitting there. They got that old piano that he wrote the song on. They still got the desk he sat down and wrote the song.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
neat, you know,
it
and
is
I
neat,
don't
yeah.
know how the relation is, but somehow we are related, and the name Foster is in that family. You know, my grandmother who married Leonard Coates. Who
Did you know Henry Beckham from Monterey?
No, I don't know. Just I only know the Sparks.
Yeah, well, Sidney, his boy, Sidney and Jimmy and all them were real good friends of ours, and we used to go there and cut tobacco for him down there in Monterey. Yeah, Sid died of cancer here a couple years ago, and I sang for his funeral, and they buried him down there by that little house in the middle of the cemetery down there. He's buried right beside that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you all on our show, Travels with the Stevensons, and we hope you folks have enjoyed down here at the Steeple View Farm and the music with Rick Kinman and Scotty Anderson and the other groups. It's been great to be a part here, and great to have the Coates family here at the old homestead here, and great to bring back some great memories. I hope that you enjoy the show when we get it put together. Anything else you want to say about the family at all?
That's as good as I've had.
That was nice to have Rick stop by and point those things out.
About the family at all? Every family's got complaints about somebody in their family.
My wife's from a huge family in Campbell County, the Guymans, and she's one of 9.
I know the Guyman name. I don't know why I know that name.
Well, if you ever bought furniture,
Furniture store in Cold Spring, Guyman Furniture Gallery.
Guyman Furniture Gallery, and that's a plug now, folks. I always put a plug in for my brother-in-law. I just bought some more furniture off of him for my little niece to outfit her house over there, and June and I are sitting on a couch at home from Guyman Furniture Gallery. So if you're going to do a little shopping for some furniture, go over there to Cold Springs, Kentucky, ask Tim, and tell him when you go that you want the family discount. You want the John Stevenson, June's husband, family discount.
I think our most fun memory is hoppin' chicken. You know, they'd come down here to go hunting, and then Aunt Fanny would cook up squirrel, and we called it hoppin' chicken.
That's right.
Because it tastes just like chicken.
That's right. Well, God bless
It took us a
you.
while before we asked what hopping chicken was, and then we found out, and I was like, wow, okay, that wasn't bad.
I'm a city girl, so I know. I have many uncles that had farms. My dad was one of 14, so they were all country. We were the city kids.
Yeah, so were we.
So I couldn't wait to come home and tell my mom that you are not going to believe where Uncle Al gets his milk. Oh, where? I went, a cow. So Dad goes, and where do you think it comes from? I went, a bottle.
Yeah.
That's the idea. That's me.
Well, we heard a lot of stories over the years. One, I remember Uncle Bob used to bring truckloads of inmates in to do some of the farming.
Oh, wow.
He had the idea that they'd worked pretty hard for a home-cooked meal, which they did. And then I guess it was his brother or uncle or something that was the sheriff in Owen County. And so he rode herd over all of them and was the guard and everything. And they came in, did all the work, and then they fed them and then took them back to the yard or prison or whatever, the local jail.
Well, you know, that was done an awful lot, and I can never forget my first campaign. Art Regal, who's still alive, by the way. He's 97, isn't he, June?
Yep.
And his daughter, Jan Regal, and her husband, Gil Hammond, now the Jan Hammond, they're the ones that own the Christian radio station out of Falmouth, Kentucky, 107.5 FM on the radio dial. And one of the reasons I'm so familiar with that, they've been my best friends for probably 35 years, haven't they, June? And they married us. And he's a Baptist minister. And of course, I always say being Baptist won't stop you from sinning, but it'll stop you from enjoying it.
I like that.
We're talking about it later, one and two.
Well,
We share the story we heard earlier about the deacons.
That's probably not good.
well, I can tell you, my mom washed my mouth out with ivory soap a few times when I was a young boy.
I had some boys who had their mouths washed out with soap when they were little.
Mine was when my calf.
Rat us out.
I can tell you when mine was when my calf took off, and I thought, I got this big idea after watching the old westerns on the black and white TV that you could lasso the calf. So I lassoed this calf. He took off, and that rope went through my hand so fast it burnt blisters on both my hands. And I let out some few words, and my mom heard me, and into the house, and she said, "Now, Johnny, let me take a look at your hands." And I said, yeah. She said, "Your hands are fine, but you need to learn a little lesson. Right now, open your mouth and win a bar of ivory soap." And
That's
she
a nice
said,
distraction from the burns.
"That's right."
Hands didn't hurt so much, did
I
they?
learned that lesson in June. I rarely ever say any cuss words, do I?
He doesn't.
Thanks to my mother, because she reminds me of ivory soap. And every once in a while, I have to tell everybody about that ivory soap story when they start using profanity around me. Nice to be with you all today. Nice to share the history with you. Thanks for your time of teaching, your medical work that you do, and thank you. God bless you and your work and efforts also. You're all good citizens, and that's what's important, and children of God. God bless you, and nice to be here with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
I think he was in here. We'll look for him.
Now, what's your ladies' names?
I'm Barbara. This is Pat.
Pat?
We're on the Owen County Art Council.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm John Stevenson. This is my wife, June Guyman Stevenson.
Nice to meet you.
And Marcus was one of my former students.
Oh, wow.
And
the Robinson family is his family.
The Robinson family, that's my sister. That's my sister, Mary Ruth.
Yeah,
I was down singing with them the other day.
Was you?
Yeah.
In English.
Are they doing all right?
Yeah. Doing a great job. I was really pleased to see how worker.
Now, who do we have here?
I'm Larry Dale Perry. I'm city councilman in Owenston, and I'm president of the Historical Society and good friend. The Robinsons are good friends of mine.
Wonderful.
And I volunteer to help all these. I help out to the winery when they have concerts out there, and then my daughter Shadow runs Elk Creek Hunt Club.
Oh, fantastic. And Marcus Carey's putting this on here. This is on his farm, right?
Right. And I'm volunteering to help the Arts Council.
This will be a nice annual event.
Oh, I hope it does. It's big for Owen County.
Sweet Owen, as I used to call it.
That's the way it's always been known, Sweet Owen.
With Congressman Breckenridge.
Yep. Won the
Stood on
election,
won the election with Sweet Owen, that's
Yep.
right. Stood on the balcony and said, "Thank the good Lord for Sweet Owen."
Yes, exactly right.
Well, Travels with the Stevensons. We happen to be here today at Marcus Carey's Steepleview farm. And tell us about what we're doing here, Marcus.
What we're doing here is we're trying to celebrate a little bit of what God gave us, and that is this absolutely beautiful place on earth. And we're trying to celebrate this absolutely gorgeous autumn day and to help our good friends in Owen County with the Owen County Arts Festival. And have a good time and give families something to do where they can take a hayride and a pumpkin patch. Just have a ball. Plus, you see behind me on the Kelly Brothers Lumber Company stage, here's some tremendous bluegrass music.
And there'll be some great music. I understand that Scotty Anderson's going to be here too.
Scotty Anderson, they tell me he's the best guitarist in America. If you've never heard him play, when you hear Scotty Anderson play, you say, I don't know how anybody can get all that music out of one little box.
He's fantastic. I've heard him before, and I love it, and I'm glad to be here. Now, tell us, what's the meaning of Sweet Owen? Are you familiar with that term?
Yeah, Sweet Owen. You know, that was John Breckenridge, when he was running for office one time, he was a little bit behind in the count, and he determined, this used to be his district when he was in Congress, and he said, well, you know, don't worry about that. He said, I might still win because Sweet Owen hasn't voted yet. So when Sweet Owen came here and he carried the election, we've been known as Sweet Owen ever since.
Absolutely.
But this part of Owen County is called Poplar Grove. It's my home, and we always advertise it as beautiful downtown Poplar Grove, Kentucky.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to be here with you today. And Miss June, she still gets out with me once in a while. June, step on over here with Marcus and say hello to him.
June, how are you? Golly, it's so good to see you. Thanks for coming. You know, I've watched you guys traveling around and watched all your videos, and I've listened to everything you've done. You know, John came down here just right here in my home a few years ago when we went to the last one-room schoolhouse in Owen County, and we interviewed the last teacher. Her name was Lucille Moody. Great interview. John did a great job, and I'm so glad to have you guys back today and have John singing My Old Kentucky Home. Loving it.
And you're going to try to make this an annual event, I understand.
Making it an annual event. This one just happens to be the first annual event.
Well, praise the Lord, and I'm glad we're here.
I'm glad you're here too, and I'm glad I'm here. Thank the Lord.
Well, another friend here that we did a lot of singing with and picking with, and a minister, the word of the Lord. Tell us who you are.
Howard Chipman from over in Dry Ridge now.
Dry Ridge. And Howard, you played and sang some with the Robinson family singer, my sister Mary Ruth Robinson and Jackie Robinson.
That is exactly right. We was out there at opening night, just had a wonderful time with your family, and think of them often.
Well, they're over at English now doing a luncheon theater where they prepare the meal. In fact, I think the next one they got coming up is October the 28th, but they can all be found on the website, www.therobinsonfamilysingers.com, and they fix the meal over there and then entertain for a couple hours, and we were over there last couple of weeks ago, and it was a great time. We put that on our Travels with the Stevenson show, and Marcus Carey's doing something here really unique, going to make this an annual event here, which will be good for Owen County, right?
You got a beautiful spot for it. Yes, it was, yeah.
Beautiful spot right across the street from a Baptist church, I understand.
I'm actually filling in right now down at Elliston Baptist Church. Been down there for the last 16 months. And,
down in Elliston.
Having a wonderful time serving the Lord with those folks. Where'd you say the Robinsons are going to be at now?
They're over at the